Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Pristine back with another video. So here is the rear tri-cam system video footage for the new LG V40. Yes, I did say tri-cam system. We do have 3 cameras on the back of this device. Now altogether, we've got 5 cameras, 3 on the back, 2 in the front. Crazy, right? So on the rear here, we have a 12 megapixel primary sensor, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 16 megapixel super wide angle lens. Okay, so here, as I'm recording video footage, I noticed that we have, with the primary, this is just the primary, and then when I hit the other button, it appears as though it switches to the other 12 megapixel telephoto lens as opposed to the 16 megapixel super wide angle. So you do have the ability to switch back and forth between those 2 options while you are recording. But when you're taking still shot images, when you're just taking pictures, then you have the ability to go with the primary, the telephoto, or the super wide angle 16 megapixel sensor. You don't have the ability to choose between all 3 while you are recording. You only have 2 options while you are recording. Now, the camera is optically image stabilized, and so as I get out of the car and begin to move around here, you'll see that as I am moving, the movement should be nice and smooth as opposed to shaky, as it would be if there was no optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization. Now with this particular camera, I mean, you're able to do some pretty cool things. We have the ability to take photos and videos with both the front and the rear cameras at the same time. You got the Cine mode, which you got Cinepic or Cine Video. I mean, so you're able to do some really cool things with that feature. And I mean, just overall, if you're a content creator and you want to record with a cell phone, then I would definitely have to say that the V40 is definitely the phone that you would want. Because for those of you that don't know, the V stands for video. So that's what the V stands for with the V series LG phones. I mean, so these phones are tailor-made for video content and people that love to create. You've got all kind of different editing tools, all kind of different filters and things. Pretty much everything that you need to create the type of video that you want to create is housed in the LG V40 here. So as you can see, just moving around, I mean, it's a dark, rainy, gloomy day here. Now, I'm not really tripping off the rain because this phone is IP68 water and dust resistant. So if some little drops get on it, no big deal. I mean, you can submerge it up to 2 meters of water, I believe, for 30 minutes, and the phone is not going to be affected at all whatsoever. So some little raindrops, not a problem. And I live in Seattle, Washington. I mean, so, you know, what you're seeing, the weather you guys are seeing right now, this gray and gloominess, wet all over the ground, you know, fall weather, leaves all over the place. It's like this often in Seattle, Washington. You know what I mean? So it is nice to definitely have a phone that has that IP68 certification to make sure that if it gets wet from a little rain or whatever, then you're going to be protected. You don't have anything to worry about. So let me know what you guys think of the LG V40 rear tri-cam video footage here. Now, we do also have the ability to take still shot images while we are recording. I mean, so if you're recording something and you stumble across something that you would like to take a picture of, then boom, you know what I'm saying, you can capture a quick photo while you're recording. That's another nice little feature. I know that that's not anything new. I mean, a lot of cameras on phones have that feature, but I mean, it is nice to have. Not all camera phones have that capability. So it's nice to find it here on the LG V40. So I'm going to swing the camera around. We're going to test the video footage quality of the front-facing cam, and then we'll close the video out. All right, y'all. Peace. All right, y'all. So here's the selfie camera for the LG V40. As I mentioned, we've got 2 camera lenses on the front of this device, 5 cameras all together on the LG V40. So on the front here, we've got an 8 megapixel primary sensor, and then we've got a 5 megapixel wide angle lens. Now, strangely enough, for the selfie cam, I do not see the option to switch the different lenses one to the other, just like you do on the back. So on the rear cameras, when you are recording, you do have the ability to switch to a more zoomed camera, which I believe that's the telephoto lens. Or it could be that the primary, when you're recording on the rear, is the wide angle, because I noticed as I hit one button and then I went back to the primary, it was there was a lot of stuff in the shot. So maybe it is the super wide angle 16 megapixel that's recording on the rear. I don't know. I'll find that out for sure, and I have more information on that in the full pristine review. But I believe that this is the 8 megapixel selfie camera on the front that we're recording with right now. We do not have the ability to change between that and the 5 megapixel wide angle while you're recording. You can only do that while you're taking still shot photos. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and step on out. Just kind of move around a little bit, just see what it's looking like. And as I mentioned, we do have optical image stabilization. I mean, so that is always a very, very, very welcomed feature on any device, so that when you're recording and you're moving about, your videos aren't going to be all shaky. And, you know, especially if you've got a shaky, unsteady hand. I mean, you know, everybody just doesn't have, you know, the ability to kind of keep it, you know, keep it still. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you know, a lot of people be walking around nervous, scared, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be telling you guys, man, get Christ off in your life. Ain't nothing to be scared of. You know what I'm saying? I know we living in the last days, but ain't nothing to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm just tripping with y'all, man. I'm just messing with you. That's real though. That's real talk. Get God off in your life. If you don't do nothing else, do that for a fact. All right. But for those of you that have a very unsteady, shaky hand, then yes, we do have optical image stabilization here on board. And if you take a look, I mean, the overall color reproduction looks on point to me. The color accuracy looks on point to me. This is a really, really, really good looking front facing camera, y'all. Okay. And I'm not surprised by this. Now I know that on the G6, you know, I mean, and even the V30, you know, the front facing camera on those two phones, they were kind of suspect, but I feel like with the G7, you know, LG, they kind of got it together. Then of course, here on the V40, you had to come with it or it was just going to get trashed. You know what I mean? And so I think that the improvements that LG needed to make for this camera have been made. And I think that we've got a pretty complete package here on the LG V40 as far as the camera system is concerned, and just the overall package itself. This is a phenomenal phone. Again, I think this phone is very much so slept on. I don't know what it is that LG is going to have to do in order for them to get the recognition that I feel as though they deserve, but this phone goes toe-to-toe with any phone that's out there right now. Some may question the price. It's $950, but hey, we live in that era right now where phones are $1,000. I mean, that's a standard. That's becoming a norm. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? It is a big deal, but it's not a big deal because of how often we're seeing it. But you still do have the option to not pay those premium prices. You know, you've got lots of other options out there, things that you can choose from. You know what I mean? But as far as those, you know, those premium phones that are costing an arm and a leg, a lot of them phones ain't worth it. You know what I mean? This one here, to me, personally, I feel like it's worth every penny, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comments. All right? If you like this video, you already know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos like this that I've done. Hey, I hit the poll. I was going to say, man, I hope nobody running up on me because I got something they don't want right now, man. You know what I'm saying? I stay with that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I've done like this one. Definitely keep it locked here at Pristine Mobile Tech, because I've got so much more content to come. And you already know, man, please stay safe, get spiritually fit, because we're definitely living in the last days. Keep it pristine in every aspect of your lives, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right? Peace.